You know, it's funny, at a certain stage, the painting is telling me what to do and what's next and what's wrong. So it's sort of like I have to kickstart the painting and build something, a base structure, you know. And after a certain time, things are changing and it feels like losing control a bit. And then strange things happen where I kind of, it's basically the same for every painting. At a certain stage, I kind of lose it. I think it's not working. It's not working in any way. And at this stage, it's better to stop the painting and come back another day, and then it's happening. It clicks. And something is telling me this is wrong, you have to do this and that, and there is no reason. I really can't control much of it. It just happens. So the beginning I can certainly control and can build up on, but then it completely takes over. Well, starting is so hard nowadays. It's so hard to get up and just start the work, you know. There's a lot of rethinking and coming up with ideas and sketching and all of that, but basically the right moment to start this painting is really hard to find, and you have to be in a certain stage or mood or a certain mindset, but basically to start those things. The composition, basically this triptych form, started a few years ago, basically with a series I did about ancient Indian texts, and I don't know, the structure really resonates with me and my way of thinking, you know. There's this left side, the right panel, and then the center stage. Left, right, like, for instance, how a brain works, you know. And I kind of found out this is a structure I really like to work on. I did a lot of drawings with that, and paintings slowly start to happen in that way, and I just really like this structure, you know. I think it all comes down to some sort of duality, as I mentioned before, like the brain left and right side, creative thinking, yes and no, 0, 1, you know, binary codes. Yeah, maybe I need those two panels at the center stage in order to have a composition that really works for me, you know. Basically, it's all in a flux. But still pinned down, you know. It's constantly moving and changing, but it's still pinned down, actually. This is something which really interests me, you know, to have something moving without moving, if you know what I mean. Lately, I really try to reduce color in my paintings because I've done so many colorful paintings, and people always told me, oh, they're so colorful, but that's not my intention. I never used color with that intent to be colorful or, I don't know, decorative or to trigger some sort of, I don't know. I just used color in sort of contrast, and right now I'm beginning to reduce it and limit myself with only a few colors, and I try to make really simplistic color combinations. And as I noticed, it's really hard. It was easy to have all those colors, you know, because each color could be another contrast factor. And when I reduce my colors, it's all pinned down to those basic colors I can use, and it's really difficult. But I think it's working for me, actually. I think those paintings are a realm of contemplation, and they're not in a definite state. I mainly think the observer plays a key role in the paintings, and I'm thinking a lot about quantum states. There are certain experiments where they try to see if something is changing when they observe it or not, and maybe it's all about observation. Just sitting down quietly and look at the paintings, look at the work, and try to find certain parts which resonate with oneself. And I really do enjoy just sitting in front of the work here, actually, and contemplate. Sometimes I think people have the exact talk that we have right now at another part of this world, or in another part of the universe, actually. I think there is a pretty high chance that things are happen at the same time at different places, which is kind of funny because there are so many ways that things can end and things can work out or cannot work out, actually. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. When I reflect my work over all these years, I've noticed I have maybe 5 layers on each painting. I usually start with a wash, and then I have a base foundation. The next step is to have a distortion, a distorted element. Then I have the next stage, which is fixing those distortions that are not too wild or they're damaging the whole composition. And lastly, there is the 5th level where I have the last touch, where I put on the final marks. And at a certain stage, the painting is telling me it's done. There is nothing to be added anymore, because then it would get destroyed. The series I'm working on right now, which basically I'm working for over a year now, is called the Martyrolog, and those paintings are about suffering, endless suffering, samsara, or the dukkha paintings, I try to pin down certain human emotions, and this time I'm really going down about all that's negative. There is a lot of negativity in those works, but they're not meant to be negative. So we are back at duality, in some sense of beauty, but also some sense of negative and darkness. And I think with all this negativity and darkness, light is coming through and beauty is coming through, and I really try to pin down those thoughts in this kind of triptych composition.